In today's video, I'm talking about Outschool Buyouts. Hey everyone, I'm Brittany. Welcome to my YouTube page. If you are new here, I am an online teacher, entrepreneur, and digital nomad. I travel the world while working 100% online. And in my previous videos, I talk a lot about teaching online with Outschool and a lot of information I give for new or even current Outschool teachers on how to find success on the platform. The past year that I've been teaching with Outschool, I have been very, very fortunate enough to have class buyouts on the platform. The first time that I received a class buyout was within 3 or 4 months of me beginning my Outschool journey as a teacher on Outschool, and that was for one of my seasonal classes. So I received my first buyout, and that was 2 sections of the class. This was a one-time class, and it was purchased by an organization. So I love class buyouts, but I'm going to give you more information because I have a lot of questions that people have asked me about the Outschool buyout process. First question, what is an Outschool class buyout, or what is an Outschool buyout? An Outschool buyout is when a company, organization, group, school, or even an individual purchase an entire class on Outschool. The next question you may have is, who are they purchasing the class for? Remember, Outschool is an online teaching platform that is for learners ages 3 to 18, so the learner must fit in that criteria. They cannot go over the age of 18, and they cannot be under the age of 3. One thing that I will tell you is you will not see that the buyout is on Outschool. So let me step back, let me explain that. In order to have a class buyout, the teacher needs to have that listing be private so that the learners can register on their own. This isn't a public class. This is a buyout. So therefore, it's not going to be advertised for the other learners on the platform to register. So it really is only for the group, individual, school, whoever falls under the umbrella of the buyout, or business. So you will create a private class and share the link for them to enroll their learners who they want to provide the class for. The next most common question I have is, how many learners do you need to have a class buyout? Is there a minimum, a maximum? Honestly, that depends on the group and the individual and how many learners they want to register. In my previous experience, my first year of buyouts, I had it completely full with 18 learners. Now, this year, I've been so lucky enough to have 5 buyouts. I'm extremely grateful, and I'm so thankful for it. Now, this year was a little different because even though I had 5 classroom buyouts, I did not go above 10 learners in that class. Are buyouts only limited to seasonal classes? No, you can receive a buyout throughout the year on the platform. Again, class buyouts on Outschool are purchased by individual groups, schools, extracurricular activity groups, after-school program, nonprofits, big companies, big Fortune 500 companies. It's really not limited for just a seasonal class. Like I said, it can be year-round. It can even be a birthday party. Just because you have a class buyout during a seasonal time throughout the year does not mean that you cannot have it year-round. How are you contacted for a class buyout? For me personally, I have only been contacted by Outschool. Now, there was one time where an Outschool parent did reach out to me via hosting a buyout, but I wasn't too sure about it. Now, I know some teachers who have class buyouts from individuals for birthday parties. So they've been contacted on the platform through parents that have wanted to purchase their class for a birthday party or maybe a special event. So it can happen both ways. In my experience, it's only been through Outschool, but you can have parents reach out to you on the platform. How do you get paid with a class buyout? The same way you get paid on the platform, you get paid if it's a one-time class 7 to 10 business days after you teach that class. It's always probably about 97.89% of the time you'll get paid in the next 7 days, so a week later. Do you offer discounts for Outschool Class Buyouts? Me personally, no. Can you? Yes. If you have a problem or question about an Outschool classroom buyout, who do you contact? Outschool. Outschool. If you have any questions, you need to contact help or support on Outschool to help assist you with any classroom buyouts or any questions that you may have. I highly recommend if you haven't had an Outschool buyout and Outschool isn't contacting you directly, that you should probably reach out to them anyways to make sure that everything runs smoothly. And just FYI, I really do feel that if you have any questions or if you're on the fence about an Outschool buyout, you should contact Outschool directly with any of the questions that you may have because, again, you are a contractor teaching on Outschool platform and Outschool will know the answer no matter what. So if you want to talk about pricing, if you want to talk about the do's and don'ts, really they have their terms and guidelines on Outschool. They're so accessible. So I would go there before, again, if you see my previous videos, no to the Facebook groups, but before you get on Facebook and asking another teacher, always ask Outschool just in case you need some clarity or you really have a question that needs to be answered before you continue with the buyout process. Another question that teachers reach out to me with is, how did you get the class buyout? Or what did you do differently to get a class buyout? I've been on the platform for XYZ and this amount of time, and I've done this and I've done that. And honestly, I just have to say is I really worked hard on the platform because when I first started, I didn't really see success that I wanted. I mean, I really actually didn't see anything happening. I had to put in the work. So once I did that and put in the work, I realized that, oh, wow, it's really up to you to see the growth on the platform that you want. So I, again, found a mentor. I worked really hard. I tweaked my class listings and I made sure that I showed up for my classes, for the learners, and just overall to give them a great experience on the platform. Now, what I do with every single one of my classes is I have a formula that I stick to. And I talk about this in my previous videos, but I created a course, How to Create a Section Full Class on Outschool, and I do this today. Everything that I do for all my classes that are still section full classes, I do from this course. I mean, I wrote everything down step by step because this is my blueprint that I created. Now, this class is the same way that I've done since really finding my voice, I feel like, on the platform or just finding my groove. And this class is the one that I have seen so much success with. Now, I only do teach this class seasonally, so every December, but every December, I rock it out. And I have not changed anything with this class since it just skyrocketed on the platform. So I want to say that I feel that it's very easy to stand out on a platform once you find your voice, once you find your groove. As far as the buyout process, I can only talk from my personal experience. Once I found what works for me, it just skyrocketed. It just really excelled. So you really need to find out what works for you on the platform. And then that is how you stand out. And then that, I feel like, will allow you to, I don't want to say receive a buyout because, again, nothing is promised. I can't promise you that you are going to receive a buyout, but I can tell you that by doing what you need to as far as your classroom management, your classroom material, your classroom presentation, showing up for yourself and for your learners, that you're going to stand out. And so that the chances are very likely that whenever a company is looking for maybe a gift for their employees' children or a gift for the community learners or an after-school program, that you will stand out. All right, and I think that's it. So I hope that I answered any of your questions that you have about Outschool Buyout or the Outschool process. You can always put them in the comments down below. If you can, hit like and subscribe to my channel. I really greatly appreciate that. I love Outschool as a platform, and I do talk about Outschool a lot, but Outschool is really probably the actually, I do think it's the number one reason that I am able to create, to travel, and just to have a better quality of life through everything that's going on, especially with the pandemic. I really found joy but teaching online and with my learners. I don't have the words because that's how much I love Outschool, and I'm so grateful for the platform. So stay connected. Again, subscribe to my channel so you can see the next video, and have a great day.